are really missing in patenting their IPR, intellectual property. Okay, this is where I think this particular program, I think it will put light on this and enlighten so many of these academicians. I think over response, I think due to some constraints, they invited limited. I think it is not less than 100. I think
it's 500, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes.
It's
500. 500. Yes, sir.
Great, madam. Great. Really, it's a very big gathering. I think this is the sort what you call like honoring response for the experts like Dr. Kulkarni garu. So I think every one of us we need this kind of exposure and thorough learning about this IPR, especially the second part that prosecution also. I think I am also very much eager to really learn something more about this prosecution in this. I mean, these legal issues, I think we being as engineering fraternity, we are very much less aware about these things. So I think Dr. Kulkarni Saab will definitely enlighten us. Sir, as far as patents are concerned, I think we are proud to say that many of our college professors have really published their patents. But thing is that I think what are all the other possibilities like copyrights and how else they can protect their products which they are developing, and not only the kind of publications and patent publications, but also how to take the product rights and all, and copyrights on their other book publications or say chapter publications. Say as many areas as possible, we are eager to learn from you, sir. Thank you for accepting, consenting this and really say rendering your services for this. We are very glad to have you, sir. I welcome you on behalf of CMR Engineering College, Hyderabad, and our IT department. Thank you, and I wish a great session for all the participants. And with this, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. So we are proud to have you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Principal, sir. Thank you, Madhavi, madam.
Sir, one second, sir. Just a small brief introduction. Good morning, everyone. Actually, we had a very huge number. First of all, myself, I'm Madhavi Pingili, head of the Information Technology Department, CMR Engineering College, Hyderabad. We welcome all the participants. Once again, our today's speaker, our principal, sir. Thank you for such a motivating speech. So today's our speaker, he is Mr. Rajesh Kulkarni. He is professor and director of Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering, Mumbai, Maharashtra. So really, I'm very glad to tell that we had many registrations today, yesterday, right from yesterday, and we are getting many calls also. So we got more than 1,000 registrations. I'm very thank you for all being registered here, and we got all the participants from across the other states across India. We got the participants, including there are many principals, HODs, many good people, dynamic people are included in our 5-day FDP. So once again, I welcome to all the participants of this 5-day FDP, IPR awareness and patent prosecution. By this, I hand over the session to our today's speaker, Mr. Rajesh Kulkarni. Sir, thank you, sir. You can say, sir. Continue.
Thank you, Madhavi, madam. Thank you, Principal, sir. Thank you, CMR group. And thank you, participants. We are overwhelmed by the number of participants who registered since yesterday. I think till today morning, even before the session also, I was getting calls to get registered. But Madhavi madam had a challenge. She said, I will not take more than 500. So myself and Madhavi madam presently are overwhelmed by the number of people who have registered and the quality of the people. Like there are many senior people, doctorates, researchers, and from various places, whether it is Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Maharashtra, Punjab, I am saying from every place. So hopefully we'll try to sensitize all of us, and I'll be starting the session. First, just tell me whether it is visible, whether the PPT is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
It is
Okay.
visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So that's it. As I just, my first slide is nothing but the brochure or the flyer prepared by CMR team. This session will try to sensitize all of us about IPR and patent prosecution. The sessions will go on for 5 days, coming from today to till 10th, starting at 10:30. By the way, I'm Rajesh Kulkarni. I work in an engineering college by name Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering at Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. For this FDP, few requests. Let us mute our mics. Any question you can put on the tab, if there is a tab in the Zoom app, or you can use other mechanisms so that the CMR team can compile. If the number of queries are more and we are unable to answer the queries post the session, we can always mail you back the answers. Post my session, few questions may be taken up. So how you are going to coordinate, I request team CMR to coordinate that. The contents are already mentioned in the brochure. The content sequence may vary, please. So I may vary the sequence as per my need, that you have to adjust. While delivering the session, there may be a few challenges, hopefully not, but still a slide is not moving, audio is not proper, video is not proper. Some issue is there. One or two representatives from CMR can always talk and tell me that, sir, this is the issue, and we can try to resolve it together. So let us start the session. I work in an engineering college. I'm a professor. I have few papers published in Scopus, SCI, few books I have published, few patents I have published. What right I have got to deliver this session? So the right is I'm interested in this. I am curious. I want to improve my learning curve. As well, I was instrumental in launching this startup by name IPadventure.in. So this startup, I am a distant associated. So this startup deals with all the IP related aspects, whether it is training, knowledge transfer, filing, and many more aspects, right? From patents, trademarks, copyrights, GIs, industrial design patents, everything. So whatever the slide contents are there today, or all the 5-day slide contents, these slide contents are designed by the team from IPadventure.in, led by two dynamic ladies, Pallavi Kadam and Shalaka Tole. And I am the distant associate for this company. This is a startup company. Don't worry about the slides, study material and everything. So everything will be available on SlideShare. I'll immediately after the session, I'll immediately upload the day-wise sessions as well. I'll share everything with Madhavi madam so that she can share with all the participants. Okay, hopefully you're seeing this slide here and you see my name here, Rajesh Kulkarni, Rajesh Kulkarni, Rajesh Kulkarni, Rajesh. At many places you're seeing, and you know that Rajesh Kulkarni sir could publish few patents, is it not? Right? So like this is a patent by name image treating system and method based on Retinex and feature matching of low light image, or method of malware detection, or AI system. So these are the patents which Rajesh Kulkarni has claimed to publish. So let us look at what is mentioned here. Like for example, here application number, patent application number is visible. Somewhere date of publication is visible. Somewhere which patent office is there, it is visible. Because we know that the patent office is at Mumbai, the patent office is at Delhi, patent office is at Chennai, patent office is at Kolkata. You have patent training center as well in Nagpur, is it not? So we know that we can file our patents at any of these offices, either by physically going or online. Okay, so for whenever we are filing our patent, we know that we have to create our profile and we have to create our digital signature, and then we have to submit our patent, is it not? and I can do online or offline. Offline in the sense I can go to the office and submit my patent application, or online I can do this. Usually people file their patents in two ways. One way is the conventional way, wherein they contact a patent agent. The patent agent has got the digital signature for filing the patents, and he has got all the expertise, techno-legal expertise to draft the document and take care of all litigations and prosecutions. So most of the traditional or conventional way of filing your patent is going through your patent agent. The other way is going through on your own, either offline or online. What is recommended from my side is always for first initial 1, 2, 3 patents, you take the help of the techno-legal people or the patent agents. Later on, when you gain confidence, you can start trying with student projects, that is UG projects, filing on your own. Then you can again enhance your abilities and see to it that how your patent, once it is filed, it will also be granted. The entire patent journey should end with a patent grant, which is again, just as your PhD is a roller coaster ride, similarly a patent grant can also be a roller coaster ride, if you're not taken the care in the initial stages. Okay, so let us say I claim that Rajesh Kulkarni is claiming that these are my patents, and you can always verify whether this really patent is published or not, what is the status of this patent. So what you can do is you can just copy this patent application number. Okay, so let us say this is the patent application number 202011008739. You copy this patent application number. Okay, and you go to this website, ipindiaservices.gov.in, or you just click here, Google here, ipindia.nic.in. So there in search, you give that patent application number, whatever the 2020 was there now. So once you give that patent application number, you'll see this kind of screen. What you are seeing here, the patent application number which you have put in the search, that is 202011008739. Then you are seeing the patent title, application date, and the status saying that this patent is published. Okay, and there is an application status also. I'd like you to just have a look at the title. I'll repeat the title: Image Stitching System and Method based on Retinex and Features Matching of Low Light Images. So I'll just try to count the number of words, how many words are there in this title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I see that there are exactly 15 words in the title. So at least I know that maybe there is a convention that your patent title should be rigid enough to take a maximum 15 number of words. So like that. So next is, you also want to check from this, what you got is from this website, that this application number has this title which is published. You can also go on looking at the documents which are there. So as I went for further search, you see that this is the title, this is the application number, this is the date of publication, this is the date of filing, and this is the website ipindiaservices.gov.in, public search, publication search, patent details. And you see list of all the people who are the co-inventors of this patent, where somewhere you see that, yeah, Dr. Rajesh Kulkarni from Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering is one of the co-inventor. So his name is there in this patent. Now you see many names here, is it not? You're saying nearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names in one patent. So how many names can be there? Yeah, names can be 12. Only 12? No, it can be more. How many? 20. Only 20? How many? There is no limit as such actually. So if somebody asks you for one patent, how many names can be there? You can say 1 to n. That is the n is any number. N is any number, but there should be a limit, right? So always see to it that as you, in the initial stages, when you are publishing the patents of your student UG projects, it should not be more than 6, 7. Then when you go for PG projects, it should not be more than 3 to 4. Then slowly improve on that. When it is your individual project and you want to patent it, go for 1 or 2 numbers max. Now what you're seeing is we are doing the search of the application, patent application of Rajesh Kulkarni, and here you are seeing that these are the various documents which Rajesh Kulkarni has submitted. These are the various documents which Rajesh Kulkarni has submitted to the patent office. How he has done it? How he has done it? So what is the process is, Rajesh Kulkarni has to submit various forms. Rajesh Kulkarni has to submit various forms, like form number 3 he has to submit, like form number 1 he has to submit, form number 9 he has to submit, form number 5 he has to submit, form number 13 he has to submit, form number 2 he has to submit. This is form number 2. So form number 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, then maybe form number 13, form number 18A. So these are the various forms. Now he has to log on to the IP and India website, and he has to go on submitting one form at a time. As he submits the form, for every form there is a fees. Let us say form number 1. So it will not go ahead until and unless you pay the fee. So I want to submit form number 1 related to my patent, I'll be paying the fee for that. Then I want to submit, say, form number 2, I'll be paying the fee for that. So this is a step-by-step process. At every stage, you are submitting a form. At every stage, you are submitting a form, and you are paying the fee for each of the forms. Is it not? So that was regarding the Indian Patent Office, that is ipindia.nic.in. I just like to repeat, there are 4 offices plus 1, that is Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Bombay, including the Nagpur training center. So these are the IP patent offices where you can submit your patents. Now I'll say that there are many forms you have to submit. There are many forms you have to submit. At least, which are the forms here visible? The forms visible are form number 1, form number 2, form number 3, form number 5, form number 9, form number 18. It is not visible here, but for form number 18. Somewhere here form number 13 also is there for amendments. So along with that, you are seeing various things like which are easily understandable. Like you have to give the power of attorney, you have to give abstract, you have to give the drawings, you have to give statement of undertaking through form number 3. So it means there are various forms which you have to fill it up and make appropriate signatures and appropriate stamping and everything, and then you have to submit. So how many forms are there? If you look in the patent IP Patent India Office website, you'll be seeing that there are nearly 32 above 30 patent forms. So this also is a trick again to understand patents and patent filing and the patent process. Try to understand each of the patent form. Like you can take form number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and try to understand those forms and try to connect with them. So that was regarding the Indian Patent Office. You can also have file your patents at US Patent Office. This is the website, USPTO. Or you can have your patent file in a European space like eSpace. This is European Patent Office. Along with that, you can have UK and so on. So there is a scope for you to file your patent at Indian Patent Office or US Patent Office or Europe Patent Office or UK Patent Office or many. Now, I am curious about patents, and I know that this is an area which is yet to be exploited. This is a new area for all of us because we being in academics, we know that patent publication has got a lot of respect and a lot of value, and I'll be getting good marks whenever there is a performance appraisal. So somehow I ensure that I'll take my student project and I try to work hard and try to submit my patent. Is it not? So, but I know that I don't know multiple things regarding patent, and I should be aware of the entire process. I should be aware of the entire documentation. So how to start that? To get awareness of the entire patenting process or the patenting documentation, patenting legalities, prosecution, the first thing I strongly recommend is read a patent. Okay, read a patent. And for reading a patent, I just gave you a hint that you can always refer these websites of Indian Patent Office or US Patent Office or UK Patent Office or European Patent Office, and you can download few of the patents and you start reading the patents. You start reading the patent. Okay, so we are the best way of understanding the patents is reading them. So I will try to read this patent together with you. You're seeing here form number 2, is it not? As told, how many forms are there? Form number 1, form number 2, till form number 32 and so on. So at least this form number 2 is showing that this is a complete specification form. This form number 2 is showing that this is a complete specification form. And here it is written also form number 2, and this is complete specification. And this is the title. This is the title, is it not? Image stitching system and method based on Retinex and features matching of low light images. What I'll try to do is I'll try to check whether this form is available with me. Please bear with me. Okay, why this is, I don't know this. How do I remove this? Zoom screen. Reorganize it. Okay. I'll take another 2. Give me a minute. One minute. Huh? Okay. Hopefully this is visible to you. Form number 2. We'll just go through this form number 2. Just try to highlight few of the keywords. Please, how you have to follow this is, whenever I read a keyword, just remember it for future sake, for future session content sake, is it not? This is form number 2, and this form number 2 is of complete specification. This is title of the patent, 15 words, and this is the applicant and his address. Now the complete specification follows.
Sir, we can't see the screen, sir.
Okay.
It's not visible.
It seems my screen is 1 minute. Huh? I am getting a message that your screen sharing is paused.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Resume share. I got it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll repeat. We are looking at the contents of form number 2 just to get acquainted with this form number 2. And form number 2 is complete specification. And this is title of the patent. And this is the applicant and his address. And we are speaking about complete specification. The flow is, you just, whichever keyword I read out, you just remember it for future session content sake. Okay, this is the title. And then you're seeing here something called as field of the invention. You're seeing here something called as field of the invention. And you see that field of the invention is only of 2 sentences. So usually your field of the invention is of 2 sentences, is it not? Then background of the invention. So you relate this background of the invention with literature survey. Whenever you write a paper, let us say you write a paper and research paper. In that research paper, you know that there is a part called as literature survey. So literature survey will have contents regarding to the state of art or the prior art. Similarly, this contains background has 2 parts rather. One is the technology aspect, the other one is the prior art. The other one is the prior art. Again, you have to separate them with sentences like this. Is it not?
Sir, hello.
So hello.
Sir, we are getting only form 2 is there, sir, on the screen. The Patents Act 1970, we have only that is visible, form 2.
Beyond that, you're not seeing?
No, no, sir.
But sharing is visible. What do I do? Give me a minute. I'll share the entire screen.
Okay, okay, sir.
1 minute. Sorry.
Okay, okay, no problem.
How do I do it? Screen. Got it. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Field of the invention.
Yeah.
Background. Yes, yes, sir. Right.
So sorry for that. As you are saying, first we are seeing the field of the invention. A field of the invention is usually of 2 sentences. The background of the invention, you compare the background of the invention with the literature survey part in your research papers. It is like that. The prior art part, one of the part of the background of the invention will have the prior art part. Then there is a summary of the invention which will be giving the more details or the entire details of that. Then there is something called as brief description of the drawings. Like there are figure 1, figure 2, 3, 4, 5, what they indicate and so on. Then there is a detailed description of the drawings, like figure 1 consists of what, figure 2 consists of what, all the figures consist of what. Then there is again a detailed description of the invention. Okay, now this is the most important part of your patent document, filed document, claims. So this is what is your property. This is what you are claiming, that you have come out with something which is very, very original, something which is very, very novel, and something which adds to solve the societal problems, and that is yours. So the right is yours. It means so nobody has the right over that. So whatever the benefits are to be reaped, those benefits are to be reaped through the claims. So the claims are the important part of a patent document, and they take ample time to design the claims. So each claim you separate it like this. Is it not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So here we are saying that there are 5 claims of us. Here we are saying that there are 5 claims of us. But again, as I am moving further, I see there are totally 9 visible, totally 9 claims I have made. So claims is the most important aspect of your patent document. Then comes the abstract part. I need not explain about what is an abstract. Is it not? So this is in brief, we have not explained in entirety, but this is in brief the Form 2 document which we are trying to connect with. And where were we in our PPT? We were at this part. We were saying that the most easiest way to understand the entire patent drafting, documentation and everything is start reading a patent. So that's what we are trying to understand by reading a Indian patent which is recently filed. Is it not? This Form 2, we had scrolled through the entire document and we had seen important keywords like field of the invention, abstract, claims, complete specification, detailed description, brief description, summary, and so on. Now, coming to a patent document, a patent document consists of the following 2 informations. A patent document consists of bibliographic data, and the patent document consists of the technical data. So bibliographic data, will come to that immediately. But technical data usually consists of the title, abstract, detailed description, claims. A bibliographic data will be answering the things like who, what, when, and where. Like you may be knowing the inventor name, the assignee name, the examiner name. So what is the title, when you filed it, when it is published, when it is granted, where you have done that. So all these aspects will be contained in the bibliographic data, and rest of the answer, the complete detail like what and how, claims and description will be containing in the technical data, rest of the things. A patent document, okay, 80% of all the technical information is available in the published patent and nowhere else related to that patent, including the prior art. Okay, and what is a patent? It's a techno-legal document. Patent is a techno-legal document because this you need to be trained to draft this document. You need to be trained to draft this document. For example, I'll give you one small example here. Am I able to see it? Okay. I'll show it at a later stage. It is not there here. In some other patent, I'll show you. So this was what, when we read that patent form number 2, at least we understood that a patent document will be consisting of the following details: bibliographic data, field of invention, background of the invention, prior art, object of the invention. Object of the invention indicates the advantages of the invention, summary of the invention, brief description of drawings, detailed descriptions, and I have made it here claims in bold and in bigger fonts. So we know that claims are the most important aspect. Though all aspects are important, but the claims are the most important aspect because that's what you are claiming, that this is my property. Remember that a patent or an IPR is not your physical property like a plot or a flat. This is not tangible. This is an intangible property. You know pretty well about that. So I'm seeing here a US patent sample. I'm seeing here a US patent sample, and I'm seeing few words like INID code is there. There is a date of issue. There is a document number. I may not be able to see everything here, but I'll be showing you immediately by taking a sample. Just presently focus on the keywords: INID code, title, inventor, assignee, application number, prior publication date, drawings, field of search, classification, international patent classification, date of issue, references. All these aspects I am trying to see. So let us try to see a US patent sample page here. All are able to see this? Hopefully, yes. Now, this is a US patent. This is a US patent, is it not? And I'm seeing this header called as patent number. And I know that this is a patent number. This is a patent number. And I know that as this is a prefix is US, this patent belongs to US, is it not? And I see the number of digits here are around 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know that the number of digits may vary. It may be up to 8 digits. A patent number is a unique number, just as your Aadhaar number. Similarly, this patent number is a unique number for each patent, and the convention may vary from country to country, from convention to convention. But here you are seeing some numbers, and the digits, number of digits are usually 8, max 8. So patent number, I can able to say that this is US patent, and patent number is US 8317842. At least I can connect with that. Then I'm also able to very easily say that this is the date of the patent, November 27, 2012. Then also I'm easy to say that this is a document type, that is Graham et al. Means this company has filed this patent. And I'm seeing here inventors also, is it not? Graham. So these are the people who are the inventors and who have submitted this patent. And this is the assignee who is given the job of filing this patent. This is the assignee who is given the job of filing this patent. This is the application number. This is the filing date. This is the prior publication data. This is the international classification. This is US classification. Is it not? These are the various references. How many claims are there? 20 claims. How many drawing sheets are there? 15 drawing sheets. This is the abstract. Is it not? By looking at the patent document, we can able to at least dissect this patent document. Let us try to dissect it a bit more. What is this? This is a patent number. but what is this? 10. 10 is in brackets. This is date of patent, but what is this? 45 in brackets. This is document type, but what is this? 12 in bracket. This is inventors, but what is this? 75 in brackets. So I'm seeing here 10 in bracket, 45 in bracket, 54 in bracket, 75 in bracket, rather many numbers in brackets. These are called as the INID codes, INID codes. Okay, these are unique, and there are usually around 60 such numbers. Okay, for everything. For patent number, you'll be using the INID code as 10. For date of patent, you are using the INID code as 45. For inventors, you are using the patent INID code as 75. For assignee, 73. For application number, 21 INID code. For filed date, 22 application code, INID code. So like that, you're saying 51 for international classification. So like that, you're saying 57. You're saying 57 for abstract, and like many, is it not? So now what I know that this some number which is in bracket, it's a code, and I call it as INID code. I call it as INID code. How many such numbers can be there? There can be such 60 numbers. You can see there can max 60 numbers can be there. Then again, I'm seeing something else also. I'm seeing here B2, is it not? And I'm seeing here A, B1, B2 star, is it not? So all these are the kind codes. All these are, B2 is a kind code, A1 is A is a kind code, B1 is a kind code. So these are all the kind codes. And what is a kind code? What is a INID code? It is there in the rest of the sessions. But let us just go through this, scroll through this, and I'll try to show you something very interesting. Yes. Are you able to see here? This is one page, but one page has two columns, just as your IEEE format is there. No? Your IEEE format will have these two columns, is it not? Similarly, your US patent document has two columns. But let us look at some indent patent, and indent patent, you are seeing only one column, is it not? A singular column. While the US patent, you are seeing two columns here. Now, you are also able to see here 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, is it not? So what is this? This is nothing but the line number. 5 is a line number, 10 is a line number, 20 is a line number, is it not? All these are the line numbers. And what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this, it's a patent. There is a patent litigation, let us say, going on. So there is a lot of communication happening between the attorney and other people who are litigating. So exchange of lot of questions and answers. So when they are referring, they'll be referring like this: refer page number XYZ, column number 3 and line number 10 or line number 12, like that. So for that simplification, why? Because a patent document, what is the size of the patent document? If you look at few chemistry patents, they're not less than 300, 350, 400 pages. So is it not? So it's like a huge book. It's like a Bible. It's a huge book. So he has to go to this page and go to this line number, and this is what you are saying, and we want to say that this is something else. So on those lines, when this litigation or communication happens, for communication ease and for litigation ease, these documents are formatted in such a way. So similarly, in an indent patent also, you'll be finding these numbers on the left side, because there is only one column. There is only one column. We are following this US convention of this line numbers 10, 50, 20, 25, 30, and so on, is it not? Let us go back to our PowerPoint again. I hope now you'll be able to connect with INID codes and so on. Again, what the bibliographic data we could see from that example, there is a document identification, filing, priority, publication, type of document, technical information related to international patent conventions, country of filing, title of the invention, list of inventors, assignee, references, abstract, classification. You had seen the international classification, US classification there. So I had mentioned I need codes. Which were the I need codes you remember, like 10 in bracket, 21 in bracket, 75 in bracket. And we said that these are the specific codes varying nearly 60 such visible. And these are the internationally agreed numbers for identification of bibliographic data. You had seen kind codes also. Which were the kind codes in our document? The kind codes were B1, B2, A1. So like that, they are the kind codes. They indicate the status of the documents. The kind codes indicate the status of the document. And rest of the information you can easily connect with. What are they? Who is the inventor? Who is the assignee? International patent classification, reference, prior art documents, patent examiner, patent attorney, and so on. So again, we'll go back to the example. This was the US patent which you had seen on the screen, is it not? And we had mentioned this as INID codes. Let us look at this INID codes. 10 INID code is for patent number. And where is this 10? 10 in bracket, this is for patent number. Then let us see 45 is there. 45 is for date of patent. I am seeing here 45 is for date of patent. Now, similarly, let us try to see here 54. 54 is for title of the invention. 54 is the title of the invention, which is digital Tibla plating system. Similarly, let us see 12. 12 indicates a document type here. 12 is the document type. Is it not? 21. Let us see 21. 21 indicates the application number. 21 indicates the application number. So hopefully you are able to know the meaning of these numbers in brackets, which are the INID codes, and they are 60. This is what is the technical data. Technical data consists of title of the invention, field of the invention, background of the invention, summary of the invention, descriptions, detailed descriptions of the invention, patent number. As I mentioned, patent number is assigned by the patent office. Patent number is unique documentation, document identification number. A patent number may include characters. It can be mixed. For example, if the prefix is IN, I know that it is for India. If the prefix is US, it is for US, and so on. I was referring something called as the kind codes. I was referring something called as, just have a look at all the kind codes. Give me a minute. So that was my college meeting. They were asking me, are you able to join? I said, I am in a session. So sorry for this disturbance. Are you able to see this kind codes? At least you had seen a kind code called as B2. Is it not in that document? So B2 is for, this document is already previously published, pre-grant publication. C1, C2, C3, if you are there, they are for re-examination. E is for reissue of the patent. A1 is for patent application publication. A2 is for patent application republication. B1 is for patent with no previously published pre-grant publication. This is what is, we are trying to slowly connect with the contents of the document. Who part? The who part consists of the inventor, the co-inventor, the applicant. So you had seen that applicant VP Patil sir, and there are nearly 6-7 inventors. And how many inventors, co-inventors can be there? There is no such limit. There is no such limit. You can have as many as you want. Title is there, abstract is there. Then you had also seen in the US patent some classification codes. So those classification codes are related to the classification system. There is something called as IPC, International Patent Classification, ECLA, European Classification, US Patent Classification, Japanese File Index and File Term, and you also have something called as a CPC system, which is a bilateral system developed by EPO and USPTO, that is European and US, for harmonizing these two aspects, US and European patents. Then you had also seen in the document filing date, priority date, publication date, grant date. So you also have patent families. We'll be looking at them. I already mentioned I need numbers, I need codes. And we said that there are 60 such distinct bibliographic data available on the first page of the patent document. Okay, so they usually consist of this information: filing data, priority data, publication data, and so on. Okay, I'll take to this part in a bit. You had seen that Indian patent, and you had in that Indian patent you had seen something called as field of invention, is it not? Something called as field of invention. And I had said at that time that field of invention is written in mostly in 2 sentences. And what it discusses, a field of invention discusses the broad area of technology under which your patent falls. So it should be very crisp, it should be very clear, so that the patent examiner who is going to examine your patent easily understands the invention and the classification, the technology you're using, and so on. Then how you're going to remember background of the invention? We said that connect with literature survey of your research paper. Connect with literature survey of your research paper. A background consists of the prior art as well as the background. Okay. So what background consists, it indicates the technical area. Okay. What problems remain to be solved? What are the disadvantages accompanying the prior art solutions? Is it not? That's what we do in your literature survey, is it not? How you come to a problem statement, you know that this is the solution provided by this researcher, but that solution has got these issues, and our effort is to resolve that issue on those lines. But this, you are totally referring the patent documents, not other documents. What I said about object of the invention, the moment I say object, you should remember that it is nothing but advantage of the invention. Object of the invention is advantage of the invention. And again, you should separate every object, every advantage by a sentence. So one sentence, one advantage kind of thing. Okay. This is usually a comparative analysis of the inventive technology over the existing one. But whatever new thing you're proposing, so you're saying that mine is better in this aspects, and these are the 3 aspects, 4 aspects. So let us say 4 aspects means 4 sentences will be there. Summary, it gives the broad overview of the invention. It provides a detailed description. Then you go to the claim section of the specification. It gives the invention overall, okay, the purpose of the invention, the problem solved, advantages offered, and so forth. Brief descriptions of the drawings. There are some numerals used in the drawings. They are referring to them. Then you have the detailed descriptions. It gives a complete picture of the invention. Okay, and it should be sufficient for a person skilled in the art to perform the invention by developing necessary technical know-how. And as I said, the most important thing in your patent document is file document is claims. Okay, the claims define the inventions which the inventor holds as his exclusive property and has the right to exclude others from making, using, and selling. Okay, so other than the claimant, nobody has the right to make, use, and sell. Okay, who owns this piece of property? So patent prosecution, for patent prosecution, claims is the most important document, as well as for litigation, I'd like to raise this one interesting aspect. Though we are all very new to patent, we just started, all of us, at least one patent should be there in my name along with my scopus and SCI papers and so on. But patent is a huge business. A patent selling also is a huge business in US. Suppose I design a patent, I sell my patent, I earn a lot. As well as I know that whether it is Apple, whether it is Samsung, whether it is any organization, whether any design company, it has ample number of patents, and there are a lot of litigations going on in this. It's a huge patent war, they say. It's a patent war going on. Abstract, I'll not specify anything, but I just read out here. It should reflect the technical field of the invention with the existing technical problems and the solution to overcome such problems. It should not be more than 150 words. Okay. So the aim of the abstract should be to provide the better information to the third parties. So at this time, I'll take a break of 2 minutes, but you enjoy this video. Okay, hopefully you could enjoy that video, and what it indicates that we Indians, irrespective of our qualification, knowledge, status, class, we are highly innovative, and this field of IPRs is just to give a platform to that innovations. Now, there will be many questions usually in such sessions asking what can be patented and what cannot be patented. So section 3 of Patent Act 1970 has a list of what cannot be patented. It says what cannot be patented. It includes like it should not be threat to your country, it should not be immoral, it should not, there is a huge list. So it should not be related to atomic energy. Even for medicinal, there are some restrictions. There are a few amendments, multiple amendments, maybe in 2005 and so on. But what cannot be patented is there. Now, let us say you have in your mind that I want to do a patent, and you have a very good idea and so on. Then the first question you will ask yourself is whether I can patent this thing, whether I can patent this thing. So you'll be asking many people, this kind of thing is there, this algorithm is there, this program is there, this thing is there, this idea is there. Can this be patented? So what a person like me will tell you, or somebody who is a techno-legal expert, not me, but a techno-legal expert, a patent agent, what he'll tell you is, first look at the list of what cannot be patented. Okay. So if it is opposite of that, then there is scope that your patent can be patented, your idea can be patented. And what can be patented? A novel idea should be there, an original idea should be there. It should enhance the societal current scenario. It should try to resolve some societal problems. So such kind of things can be patented. Such kind of things can be patented. Can a program be patented? Can an algorithm be patented? Can a software be patented? Can a method be patented? Can a process be patented? So you have to have an architecture. Basically, remember that for such questions, those who belong to, sorry for this bias, because I am from computer engineering, computer science. So usually these questions are asked to me from computer people. I always suggest to them that have an architecture proper architecture, even if it is an idea. So then you can go for a patent. Then second thing is, usually people ask us, I just now have an idea. I have not yet implemented it, but I am very much sure about the idea and how much time it requires, how much effort it requires to design it, to come out with a prototype and so on. So can I do a patent right now? Yes, because your journey of patent also is very long. Your journey of patent also is very long. So if you feel you can patent something, when you go to a techno-legal expert, a patent agent, the first thing your patent agent will do is prior art search. It will check whether such type of patent is available in the world database, available in the, a prior art search again is payable, right? There is a huge fees for such prior art search. So then they will decide whether this can be patented or not. If that can be patented, how it has to be redrafted and so on. Then they will draft the patent, then they will file the patent. This is usually, once I file the patent, what happens? So it's a huge journey. The journey is of around 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe unending if litigations are there. So how this journey is, usually when you file your patent, the patent is in the world database. So it is in a hibernation phase. So it is in a hibernation phase means anybody can, once it is published, anybody can access it and anybody can raise objections on that. So patent prosecution is that part, patent litigation is that part. So that phase has to go. Usually they say it has 18 months. It takes 18 months for that search and litigations and so on. I'll provide a good diagram of also the entire patent journey, the amount of time it requires and so on. I'll finish today's session with few riders related to career in IPR. Okay, so want to make a career in IPR? Fantastic. Huge scope is there. Who can do this? I just passed out. Can I do it? I'm at the fag end of the career. I'm 50 years old, 55 years old. Can I do it? So everybody can do it. Everybody has got to make a opportunity to make a very, very good career in patents. So how do I start? Is it not? So these are the various courses. Try to get some courses, like you get some courses in multiple places. Okay, so here in academics, it is mentioning like you can do your LLB on IPR at IIT Kharagpur. Then you can do your PG diploma on patents rights at NALSAR or IGNOU or NLSUI. NLSUI is again NALSAR, part of NALSAR. You can do LLM in IPR at foreign universities also. I came across a course run by Ferguson College. This is a certificate course, but their concern is every year they'll ensure that if 40 participants register for this, then and only they run this course. They are running this course successfully since last 2 years. They have a fees and it's a certificate course, and Ferguson College has got good faculties. I came across this. You can use this also. Then you can do LLB at IIT Kharagpur in IPR. Then you can go here also. I'll show you 2 slides further, but before that, I'd like to just open this ipindia.nic.in vacancies. Let us see if it opens. Give me a minute. It's, I think multiple tabs are open. That's why it's taking time. Okay. I'll try to show you this at a later stage, but this is IP India website and it shows the vacancies in the field of IPR where you have got job opportunities. And if you're girls, then there is a very fantastic course by a name Kiran IPR. This is training for a woman, and you'll be getting stipend also for this. You'll be getting stipend also for this. You can also be a patent agent. Okay, so you write the patent agent examination and clear the patent agent examination, then you are eligible for being a patent agent and filing patents on others' behalf. You can also join law firms or patent firms or research firms once you clear this patent agent examination. Anybody can file it. You just have to have a degree. So, and patent agent examination has 3 papers: paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. Paper 1 is of 100 marks, paper 2 is of 100 marks, and paper 3 is a viva. Viva conducted by the experts at the patent offices. All where are the patent offices? Patent office at Delhi, patent office at Mumbai, patent office at Chennai, patent office at Kolkata, and you have the patent training center at Nagpur. So at these places, this viva is conducted. So patent 1, paper 1 consists of 100 marks. It's a MCQ, negative marking, minimum 50 marks you should get. Paper 2 again 100 marks. Here you have to you are given questions like patent drafting, how you are going to draft the patent. Case-based analysis is there. Some litigation cases, like there is a patent drafted, some patent published, and somebody is raising objections. How you are going to answer to that? Such kind of questions will be there in paper number 2. Again, you need 50 marks to clear that. Then paper 3 is viva. So viva is usually of around 15, 20, 30 minutes. So again, here also for that you have to get 50 marks. So in all, in paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, you have to get 50 marks each for minimum clearing this patent agent examination. So that's what I was mentioning about Kirana APR and TIFAC women scientists. So you will be getting a stipend of around 20-30,000. It varies. And this is a DST scheme, especially for women. This is what is your Kirana IPR. Okay, so women scientists, for women scientists. This is the minimum age limit 27 to 45 and so on. Ample job opportunities everywhere. You can do freelance like me. I'm a freelancer. You can join government sector. You can join private sectors. I'll directly go to an example. Let us say this is Mr. Deepak Singh. Okay. So Deepak Singh is a B computer engineer. Deepak Singh is an engineer. So after his engineering, he might have joined some software job. Maybe he's expert in development or testing and so on. But later on, he did his law and he became an advocate. Later on, he cleared his patent agent examination. So you see here his journey. In 2006, he did his BE computer science and engineering. He joined a software job as a testing engineer. Then he went to patent analyst IPR division. So then this is his journey. He became a patent agent and he became an associate partner. So he has obtained various degrees like engineering, a law, and then a patent agent. So if you look at his LinkedIn profile, let us say now he is a senior attorney here. He's an associate. He was an associate partner somewhere. So scope is there for making career in IPR. As far as study opportunities are there, you can do LLM at these places: Australian universities, UK universities, USA, EU, and so on. Okay. Now, this industry of patents is exponentially growing. The salaries are good for starters, as well as salaries are good for professionals also. Okay. You can make career in good companies like, Google. Again, it's known for research and it's known for patents. And when patents are there, research is there, algorithms are there, designs are there, you have ample number of scope for this. Okay. Now, whenever you're going through your journey of patent learning, this is what you should learn. What are the types of IPRs? What is the complete patent life cycle journey? How to do drafting? Okay, all the patent related information, career opportunities. This is what you should get. I think, as promised, every day we'll take for 1 hour, and as requested by me, the sequence may vary, but the content will not vary. And every day I'll upload the slide contents on SlideShare. As well, I'll share with the CMR team. I think I'll stop here today. If anything is there, do ask.
Yes, I request the participants, if any query, you can type in the chat box. Participants, any queries, you can type in the chat box. Yes, once again, the participants, in case of any queries, you can type in the chat box. Any queries? Sir, we have one query here. Sir, where we search patent? We have a query from Dr. Ambuj Agarwal. Okay. Where we search patent?
Yeah, I'll send you a link of the websites. I'll send you a link of the, because initially I shown you. Initially I shown you, that is one aspect. The other aspect is there is some link I'll share with you. Initial first 3 patent related offices are there now. Those websites I had mentioned initially in my slide. As well as I'll add one more link in my slide. There you can search.
Sir, we have one more query from Zubair Siddiqui. Is there restriction on software patent?
Restriction in the sense, as I mentioned, according to section C, section 3, there is a patent act which mentioned there is a list of what cannot be patented. There is a list of what cannot be patented. I share that also with you. So that will help you.
Sir, we have one more query from Dr. Shyam Sundar. Difference between US patent and Indian patent?
There is as such no difference. It's just the cost. There is no difference. Reachability, cost, there is no difference.
Okay, sir. We have one more query, sir, from Anil Kumar. Yeah. Types of patents, as you said, US, India, like he's asking, sir.
Yeah. Somebody asked about types of patents?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm covering that. I'm covering that. Don't worry.
We have one more query, sir, from Samir.
Okay.
If a patent is drafted in a different time zone, whose patent is drafted? I repeat, sir, if a patent is drafted in different time zone, whose patent is drafted?
I could not get the question, but what I am understanding here is, let us say somebody is in India and he has drafted his patent, he has filed his patent. Somebody is there in US, he has also drafted his patent, he has filed his patent. Maybe they are the same ideas. There is a very high chance that they are same ideas, is it not? If you're asking that, I'll give an example. Telephone. Who is the inventor of telephone? Somebody will tell me Alexander Graham Bell. Your bulb, light bulb. Who has invented light bulb? Somebody will tell me, what is the name? Edison? Is it not? So we are connected with that only. We know that the moment I say telephone, it is Graham Bell. The moment I say light, I know that it is Edison. But if I look at, go back and read the history of that science, you know that there will be thousands of researchers pan world, all across the world, who are working on the same problems, Is it not? But who came forward, who filed it first, who presented it first, who reached out to the wider audience, who did it first, then he becomes, he wins, is it not? Even we say that many of the things which people claim people outside India have invented, Indians were the first, earlier Indians were the first to invent that. That's what is. Could I understand the question? Is it, that was the question, Manish?
So shall I go with next question? We have one more query.
Okay.
Are patents separate for each country individually? From Srikant Gaund. The question is, are patents separate for each country individually?
Every patent is unique. The one who files, if the question is like this, for US, yeah, you have to file separately. There is scope also, but I'll again tell in the session. If something related to session content is there, I am diverting it and saying that if something not related to session, I'll try to answer that.
So we have one more query, sir,
Okay.
from Dr. Shyam Sundar.
Okay,
Does
Shyam.
a patent granted in India hold good globally? Does a patent granted
Yeah,
in
yeah,
India hold
I
good
got the
globally?
question. I'll tell you what. Shyam, I'll try to share our academicians' experience. Let us be very fair and say that we academicians have just recently, maybe 6-7 years back, started publishing the patents. At least many of us, maybe others were way ahead, maybe 100 years back also they had their own original ideas. But the answer to your question is, if the idea is very strong and if the idea is sellable, there is one more story to that. What is the story? The story is, don't go for patent at all. If the product is so strong, ask a company, ask a owner of the company, if his product is so strong, he'll not go for patent also. He is worried about how many my products are being sold every day. That is a different story. Second thing is the value of the patent. The value of the patent depends how original it is and how, in what amount of time, with what amount of cost it is going to solve a problem. It is going to solve a problem. So that indicates the value, whether it is Indian or any patent. For example, now I am seeing 2-3 patent filing have come to our firm. Our firm means where I am the distant associate, IP Adventure LLP. Related to COVID, Corona related 2-3 patents have come. So one patent is related, they have designed a product in such a way that medical disposables, the PPE kits, everything, they'll be disposed now. How to dispose them efficiently, for that they have designed some box. So for that they have come out with a patent. There are many such boxes in the world, but they are claiming we are having some novelty, less time and so on, with very less waste and so on. That depends. Value depends on your value addition to solving the problem in time, less cost. How you sell it, that also is important.
So we have one more question from Dr. S. Chinna Venkateshwarlu.
Yeah.
Patent is popular, but IPR is not that much popular. Why? He is asking. Any specific reason he's asking for this?
Yeah, that's what. It's a niche area. We are now understanding. Now it will become popular. Don't worry. At least now these 500 participants will make both IPR and patent popular post this 5-day session.
Yes, we have the same repeated questions.
Okay.
And we have one more question, sir, from Vinod. Novelty search, how to perform?
Yeah.
The question is novelty search, how to perform?
There is something called as idea to idea validation. There is a journey. There is a scientific method of doing that. Idea to idea validation. There is a journey, is it not? So that journey you have to understand first to perform novelty. Everybody. So I'll tell you again, very interesting aspect. I represent tier 2 engineering colleges, and I see a lot of students, a lot of faculty coming with ideas to me and saying that, sir, let us do this patent. But they don't know the meaning of the novelty. They feel this is novel, but that is borrowed only. That is borrowed only. And so, I have one more theory. Everything is borrowed. Nothing is novel actually. Novel is you have to add a small increment, 0.0001 increment, with lesser cost, lesser time you have to do that. And there is a process, scientific method for that I am covering on 15th. There is a session on 15th for idea to idea validation. Not this FDP. There is some other FDP on startups.
So we have one more query from Srikanth Gaud.
Okay.
In how much time we need to complete once we have to patent of the work? How much time we need to complete once we took patent of the work?
Yeah, I take the meaning of this question like this. Srikanth Gaud has an idea, but he has not completed the design or the prototype of it, but he has filed the patent with the confidence that these are the 10 claims I can definitely bring into my prototype or design. You have ample time, Srikanth, because time is in your hand. Ample time. Ample in the sense one year also.
We have one more question, sir, from Dr. Somnath.
Okay.
Do I need a patent agent to prepare and file a patent application?
I'll repeat once again. You take some property or you take some legal documents, is it not? You take some legal documents. On that there is a stamp, notary stamp is there. So can you design a stamp on your own and put a stamp on that? No. So there are few lawyers who have got the right, they have taken the license for that notarized stamp, is it not? So notarized documents will be there. So stamping is there. So some legal authority is there who has given the license to do that. Similarly, patent agents are given the license. They are given the license means they have cleared the required expertise by clearing the patent agent examination. Once they clear the patent agent examination, they are experts in that area and they are given a digital signature, the right to file patents on your behalf. So if you don't want a patent agent in between, you can always file on your own. You go to the IP India website, you create your own profile, you create your own digital signature, then you can do that. Or else you physically go to a patent office and submit the patent document. But always it is better to have a patent agent because there will be litigation. These are techno-legal documents. Unless and until you have got enough exposure, you don't do that. Initially, at least you don't do that on your own.
Yes, so we have one more question from Mr. Vinod. What is conventional application?
Yeah, I'm taking that. All the there are different types of applications. I'm taking that. Next session itself.
And we have one more question, sir, from Mr. M. Santosh. How long a patent is valid for?
Yeah, there is a lifetime for patent. There is a lifetime for copyright, trademark, for everything. Presently, I'll just say that 20 years. In detail, I'm taking the session. It's like license. You have you learning license, then you renew your license. All that I'll tell you related to copyrights, trademarks, and patents also.
Sir, would you like to take one more query?
Yeah, sure.
We have from Nirupam, we have a query, sir. How much you need to spend with patent agent?
Okay, I'll share with you something. Give me a minute. Hopefully this document is visible to you. You focus on this column only, natural person or a startup. You don't focus on small company and so on. I am assuming that all of us are individuals who want to file the patent. That is column number 4. Okay. And you focus on this column also, form number. If you remember the initial forms, form number 1, 2, 3, 9, 13, 18, and so on, you see the forms. As I said, if you remember, every form has to be submitted. Like I'll show you the forms. Form number 1, form number 2, form number 3, form number 5, form number 9, form number 18, form number 13, all this. So for every form, there is a fee. Okay. So you see here 1600 rupees fee. For each sheet, you have some fee. This document has the entire detail. Okay. Form number 2, no fee, but for each sheet again, above some quantity, there is some fee. I'll show you wherever the relevant fee is there. For example, form number 4 is there. The fees is 1,000 rupees for extension of time. Again, I'll show you one more. Okay. I'll go directly to 13. Okay. Form number 12, you see 2,500 rupees request for publication. Then I'll go for form number 18 directly. Request for converting a patent of addition to an independent patent under section this 2,400 for renewal. Then let us go to form number 13. Okay, there is no fee for withdraw. So this is a fees document. This is a fees document. I'll show one more quotation as a sample example, like how much you have to shell out the money. Let us say this is a company, IP Adventure, which are doing the services of filing your patents and so on. Okay, you see here, first phase, prior art search. Okay, there is a professional fee attached. The professional fee is somewhere around 15 to 20. This is a quotation, it will vary depending on the capability. So this prior art search, if you are expert enough, you can do on your own. Okay. Then provisional application. If you are doing a provisional application, okay, this is the official fees. This is the professional fees. Remember that. For provisional application, 1,600 rupees for individual. Okay. For complete application, again 1,600. For publication request, 2,500. For examination request, 4,000. If it is again international search fee, it varies again in dollars. So again, there are fees charged by the professionals. The charges are different. I can share with you few sample documents wherein you get the idea of how much. For every form there is a fee, and I had told you that there are 32 forms. This is official fee which you have to submit to the patent office, but also you have to pay to the professionals who are doing this work for you. Done? Madhavi madam, are we done today?
Hello.
Yeah, madam.
Can I go with last query, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, we have a query from Amit Kulkarni.
Okay.
If someone has used my patent research without my information and earned profit, whether he or she is at benefit even after my investment in patent forms?
No, there is a process where he'll be fined. Heavy fines are there. That is what is patent litigation. That's what his entire patent war is about. You will be reimbursed if you prove.
Yes, sir. We are in with the query, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just I would like our principal, sir, to talk for a while, sir.
Okay.
Sir. Hello, principal, sir. Hello. Hello. I request our principal, sir. Hello. Hello, Principal sir, you can speak, sir. I have unmuted. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? One second, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir.
Nice, sir. It was really wonderful. It was really very enlightening session. Thank you. I think there are a few more queries and requirements from the participants.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think as far the material is concerned, after the FDP, we will be passing it on to all participants to
Okay.
their email IDs.
Okay.
I think that would be better, sir. And yes, sir. And attendance is observed. Of course, we have taken down the attendance. Daily, we will be doing the same. And the feedback form, some of the participants are asking about the feedback form. The last day, we will be sharing the feedback form also. So, with this, I am concluding. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. We'll join again. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
We
Let
can
us
have it
meet tomorrow. Let us meet tomorrow.
Let us meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes. Just now I said our principal, sir, will give the feedback link on the last day, and based on the assessment exam, the certificates will be distributed.
Thank you.
And we have noted all the attendance, and kindly follow in, join in the Telegram group also, those who are not there in WhatsApp group. So we'll be sharing the PPTs and this recording also. Once again, I thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.